All praise to Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS, also known as the prophets of doom. These are where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. All right, so this is part two. The first one ended up turning into a little bit of a rant, speaking about who the he is in this warning that we find here in Revelation 13 and 16. And we only touched on that a little bit. We'll go ahead and touch on the rest of this, especially the mark, okay? Because there is a beast, there is the image of the beast, and there is a mark of the beast, all right? Three distinct things, okay? But all working towards the same goal, okay? So Revelation 13 and 16 says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." All right, we touched on the he being Esau, Edom, the self-called and so-called white man, and more specifically, the top banking families. Okay, this causeth all right, they have the power to cause it all because, again, Job 9 and 24, the first part of it states that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, this is how he has the power to cause it all. All right, when the time comes, this thing is going to be made mandatory. All right, then it goes on to give, all right, different ends of the spectrum of all. All right, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Okay, now he's going to cause it all to receive a mark. And that is where the problem is. All right, this mark is technology that is already in the earth. Okay, it's already here. A couple of examples of this technology is Walletmore, Walletmor, and then Neuralink, or Elon Musk's brain technology. Okay, this mark is already in the earth. All right, the difference between this thing already being in the earth and this prophecy not yet coming to pass is that it's going to be made mandatory, which is what it stated there in the first four words. And he causeth all. All right, it's going to be made mandatory in order for you to participate in society to receive this technology within your body. All right, it is a physical mark. All right, the spiritual mark is a mark of the Lord. All right, it's called a thawah, and it's a mark of exemption from judgment. Okay, and the Lord put it on the ones whom are his remnant and elect. Okay, that's it. That's all, and that's it. It's not for the whole world to receive the mark of exemption from judgment. All right, that's only for a very few people when you consider the number of people in the world. All right, and here in America, which is Babylon the Great, or the future site of the lake of fire, there's only 1/3, all right, of Israelites who are going to receive that mark of exemption. All right, all of the other 2/3 of Israel and all of the other nations are going to get melted here. You're going to get melted. That is not a guess. It is a fact. Okay? It is a fact. You can take heed to it or not. The Lord told us to tell you whether you hear or forbear. There's no way out of this land alive unless you are of the elite and you escape. All right? And it doesn't mean safety for you after that. All right, we're just stating that after the only way out of this land, Babylon the Great, is if you are the elite of Esau, Edom, and you escape into a bunker, right, and up in the heavens, right, underneath in the water, okay, in the mountains, in some other country, whatever, all right. Or another way of escape is being of the elect of the Lord, right, the chosen ones that are going to be taken up into so-called UFOs. All right, that's another thing of blasphemy that this man done did. He said that the chariots of the Lord are unidentified, for one. He said that the UFOs with green men driving them around. Right, you just blaspheme everything, man. All right, so-called UFOs, all right, the Heavenly Father's chariots are going to take his remnant and elect up out of here, man. All right, everyone else is going to be melted. All right, you're gonna be messed over. Period, man. I mean, you can be taken out of here through death in some other way. All right, but if you are here on the Lord's day and you are not His, it's a wrap for you. Unless you are the elite and you escape, like we just talked about. All right. So, in order to participate in society, this man who has the power to make people take this thing, or to force people, all right, give you an offer that you can't refuse. Either you still take part in society by receiving this thing, or you don't participate in society. All right, you refuse this thing and risk death. All right, they're going to let people know. All right, why it is going to be known why the Lord calls these people the devil and Satan. Why they are called the wicked. Why does the Lord have indignation with these people forever? The whole world is going to see this. Okay? Just because of control and pride, and because they want to be the Most High, and because the Lord put the Spirit on these people to be this way, okay, to show Israel what it's like to live in a world ran by wickedness. All right, this man is who he is. All right, this is why they are the way that they are. This is why they are the hammer of the earth. Why they deceive. Why they use everything that they get their grubby little hands on as an instrument of death. Okay? So you can go look up those couple of technologies and filter it through the scriptures. Look at the way that the world is going. We're going into digital everything, man. Everything that you have in your wallet is going to be implemented on that micro C hip. Okay? That RFID C hip. Okay? Revelation 13 and 17 also speaks to that point. It says that and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So in order for you to still participate in society as you know it, in order for you to buy or sell, which is how else do you get your essentials like food, clothing, and shelter? Buying and selling. Okay? And they have something so far, blockchain. I don't know if I don't know what advancements have been made with that, but blockchain keeps track of everything. So if you think you're going to do something or acquire something uh, without them knowing, you're mistaken. You don't know if your neighbor is going to be a part of this system and rat you out. You don't know what they're going to do, man. All right, but they're telling you what the Lord is telling you also. All right, it's either you choose their side or it's the hell with you. All right, the Lord is the same way. If you're not on the Lord's side, there is no gray area. If the Lord isn't on your side, there is no gray area. Okay, and there is only one people that is on the Lord's side, man, and that's Israel, or that has the Lord on their side, and that's Israel. All right, Esau is going to be gone. All right, destroyed completely. The other nations are going to still be around, but they're going to be underfoot. They're going to be in order. All right, we are going to be immortal. Right? These other nations are going to be underfoot. There aren't going to be any other gods. There's not going to be another Buddha, Jesus, whatever other god out there. It's going to be over with. If you do not come up under the rulership of you, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, it's done. All right? That's what it's going to come to. So again, Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, we've mentioned in the other video, If you look so-called white, does that mean you're an Edomite? No. In Deuteronomy 28, starting at the 15th verse, it lists, as a matter of fact, the heading above verse 15 is consequences of disobedience. So it lists all these consequences down here, okay? And in the 64th verse, it reads, and the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay? Scatter thee among all people. So we multiplied among all people. But it is through your father that determines what you are. All right? I seen a post a while ago, which it took 2 generations. All right? So a man got involved with a so-called white-looking woman, had kids, and then his son, okay, still the Israelite, also got involved with the so-called white-looking woman and had kids. So them kids looked so-called white, but due to their father's seed and his father before him, it came back that they are actually Israelites. And I don't mean came back like they did a damn DNA search, but I'm just saying that's what it is. You are the seed of your father. You are what your father is. Does that mean that now people will take that and say that we hate women just because I stated that? We're not saying women aren't anything, but you are what your father is, man. Okay? The mothers are the incubators, the fathers are the seed. Okay? The seed is what determines what you are. All right? And there is no DNA test that can reach all the way back. So the whole world has been lied to, but this is the truth. The Israelites of today are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's where the bulk of them fall into. Okay? That's where the bulk of the Israelites fall to. In the 12 tribes, all right? Let me get this really quick. Hold on a second here. All right? 12 tribes. And this is just the bulk of where all these are at. This is not saying all of, we already read that Israel is scattered into all nations. All right, but these are the bulk of where they are. Okay, Judah are the so-called Negroes. Benjamin, so-called West Indians. The Levites are the so-called Haitians. Simeon are the so-called Dominicans. Zebulun are the so-called Guatemalans to the Panamanians. Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. The Gadites are the so-called North American Indians. Reuben is the so-called Seminole Indians. Naphtali are the so-called Argentinians to the Chileans. Asher are the so-called Colombians to the Uruguayans, and Issachar, all right, the so-called Mexicans. These are where the bulk of the tribes are at. That doesn't mean that over in uh, Europe, right, that there aren't Israelites over there. You still have to keep in mind Deuteronomy 28 and 64. We are scattered among all people. But that doesn't change that this is the truth. All right, Esau has hidden. He has hidden by changing his name, changing location, taking lands, calling them upon his own, or calling those lands his after his own names. Okay, he is what do you call that? The fugitive of the earth. What do fugitives do? They escape justice, but he is not going to escape. All right, the only one that can take Esau Edom down is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right, and that is who is going to do it. All right. This is Isaiah 47. Uh, 47 and 1. I'm going to start at 1 with the heading being Lament for Babylon. It says, "Come down and sit in dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon," which is America. Okay? Why virgin daughter of Babylon? Because we have not been touched by war by an outside place here in this land, man. Okay? Come down and sit in the dust, all right? Come low. We about to put this place low. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Again, we're in Isaiah 47. This is the second verse now. It says, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." The Lord is making you naked, man, pointing you out for who you are. Okay? Babylon, the whore that sitteth on many waters, that's what you are, man. Isaiah 47 and 3, it says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thou shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." It says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." Man. "Therefore hear now this, thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children." You got another thing coming. You don't think you're going to be touched. You do not think you are going to be touched. You think that your place, your house, is going to go on forever, man. It says, "But these," this is Isaiah 47 and 9 now. "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments." All right, you tell everybody that, what do they say? You're the beacon of freedom. All right, the land of liberty. You have liberty to do anything you want to over here, man. Especially if it goes against the truth. Man. Isaiah 47 and 10, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me." Isaiah 47 and 11 now, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." All right, man. These missiles are going to hit over here. So many missiles, man. It's going to turn this place into a lake of fire, man. And when it says shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know, it said the Lord, or the day of the Lord, is going to be like a thief in the night, except for those whom are his, man. Wow. It says, this is Isaiah 47 and 12, "Stand now with thine enchantments. Stand now with thine enchantments, And with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, keep the same energy. All that shit you've been up to, all that deceptiveness, that craftiness, that hiding, keep that same energy, man. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. All right. If it was of the Lord, you will profit from all these things and prevail. But that's not going to happen, man. Your ways are tired, man. Your ways are tired, and the world is tired of your shit. And the Lord is tired of your shit. You don't consider the Lord, man. Isaiah 47:13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Where your help at? Where your boys, where your crew at? Your powers and all that. You gonna be able to stand in the Lord's day? Hell no, man. Nope. Hey, what did it say in Minister Society? What did Cain say at the end? He said he did too much to go forward and he did too much to turn back. All right, it was the end. All right, you fit that description, Esau. America fits that description, man. You've done too much to go on and too much to go back. All right, no matter where you go, there you are. This is coming for you. Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored. Even thy merchants from thy youth, they shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Now, people that you think are your allies, they're going to go home like, man, we're going back to our place. All right? Fuck what they talking about. We see who they up against. It's over for America, man. We going home. All right? Nobody's going to help you, man. Okay? Anyway, back here and again, back here and let me get back here. All right, Revelation. All right, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. These people are running the earth into the ground. Death, everything is dying around us. All right, but he has some finishing touches where he wants to gain control of even the people, all the people. All right, which includes this micro C-hip. All right, so do not take the micro C-hip. Do not take the RFID C-hip. This thing is a badge of servitude to the ones that the world call the Antichrist, or the ones that are against the Messiah. And it's plain to see through all of their actions, through their routines, through their habits. All right, it is seen who they are. Okay, so don't receive this thing. All right, stay away from it. Nothing good is going to come from it. So with that, I hope this came through as sincere and edifying. And with that, all praise to Yahweh, in the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS, also known as the Prophets of Doom. These are where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.